all factors of the game will improve if they add this right now.
Perfect.
What's up? How you guys? What's up, everyone? Hello. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Real Blue TV, and I have another beautiful video for you today. So a lot of people out there, pretty much everyone, thinks that, they know how to make a video game awesome and great. All right, so for months now, probably like a year, over a year, whatever, since Rogue Company became a thing, right? We keep having this conversation, or it's not really a conversation. We keep having these demands and people asking for leaderboards, specifically ranked leaderboards, right? You got, let's say you got, top 150 rogues. That would be the leaderboard, whatever. It's probably not going to happen, guys, right? All right, so Smite had leaderboards, or they still have leaderboards. Paladins had leaderboards. All right, so this is the best example to give you, because Paladins is a hero shooter. Like, all the characters have different abilities. You'll understand why that's important here in a second. So they had leaderboards. The way their leaderboards worked, though, was, one, they didn't work. They were always broken, dude. Which is probably what led to a plethora of other bugs. They were linked to the coding of the leaderboards. I don't know. Anyways, the way the leaderboards were structured in the game was the highest rank, which would be Rogue in Rogue Company, was the equivalent to GM or Grandmasters. So, but only the top 100 players in ranked could be Grandmasters, right? It doesn't work this way in Rogue Company. I wish it did, because then leaderboards would be needed. So the way it worked is kind of like Overwatch's top 500, right? Where there's 100 Grandmasters, and that guy in 100th could have, you needed 100 TP, it was called, not RP, to get into the next rank, right? The next rank, to go up, to promote yourself. So you need 100 to get to Grandmaster. Well, that Grandmaster in 100th place could have 317 TP. If the number one master got over 317 TP, they would become the 100th GM, and that person that was 100 beforehand would drop down to be the number one in Masters, right? So, like, it was a constant battle of people trying to climb the leaderboard and knock the other people above them down, right? So that was number one. I think that would be cool in Rogue Company, because people will keep trying to get more RP than the other person, right? Like right now, for example, like Nash, Jess, all of them, that whole gang. Every season, they've got like 3,000 RP for no reason. No one knows they have that much except for the people who look at the number while they're watching them stream or themselves, right? Like, we don't know if there's someone out there who doesn't stream and has like 10,000 RP in a season, right? So I think that would be awesome. But if games ship without leaderboards, they probably don't get leaderboards. Could they be added? Sure, I don't know. So I wrote down some notes here, because people keep asking in my stream, why are there no leaderboards? Like, what would the reason behind it? So I've got 3 reasons. 1, the game launched without them, so they probably don't intend in putting them in there at all, ever. That's number 1. Number 2, the coding or the tech or the engine might not allow it, so it might not be something that they can do. And number 3, which is my number one guess, like the one I would bet most of my money on, is toxicity. It creates another element of toxicity, creates another element, because you have to remember, I play on PC, right? But you have to remember that people who play on console they have an easier way of becoming toxic towards a player that they don't know, because they can just message each other, right? And this was a thing in Paladins too. When I was in the AOC, I kept asking them, like, hey, can we get a damage taken stat? Because that's important, right? Especially for the players that played tank, where they're receiving a lot of damage. They don't dish out that much damage, but yet people will, they'd be toxic towards them. We had a text chat on our screen, even in the post game scoreboard lobby. So after the game was over, you could still talk to each other until you left that screen. All right, so I have a better idea of what would improve the game dramatically, right? So what I'm about to tell you the game needs it. It'll make it better instantly for the casuals, the grinders, the ranked demons, and competitive. All factors of the game will improve if they add this right now. All right, here it is. A public API, right? Not a lot of people out there know what this is. Basically, obviously Hi-Rez is like, oh, we've seen the stats. This rogue doesn't get picked that much in ranked, right? Whatever. So at the end of your match, or have you ever seen or been one of those people where, Hi-Rez or the support tickets or the support people or whatever, they're like, do you have a match ID? Right? So every time you play a game, there's a match ID. I can actually show you right now. I got some other stuff to show you queued up. So let me show you this right now. All right. So the way this works is you see this match ID number right here. So this match ID, which is the first portion of the very long version, this is how they would go back, and they can probably rewatch your games, because we could do it in Paladins. You could put a match ID in, and you could be in the spectator slot and rewatch a game that's already happened, as long as you were on that current patch. They can probably rewatch the games, but they can also use that to pull statistics. Everything you see here, they can see it by using that match ID number, and probably even more. Again, in Paladins, I asked them to add a damage taken stat to the post-game lobby. They said they can't, because it's just another factor for people to use for toxicity reasons, right? So here's what happens. All that information is fed to them. We need a public API. Now, what that is obviously it's available to the public. It's one that they would give to anybody in the public, because it's called the public API. So there would be limitations on it, because they don't want to give away too much information. But what it is basically for us to see those stats and to see leaderboards or build leaderboards ourselves, like on a website or something, we would need access, right? Basically, they're the club. We're trying to get into the club. We need a ticket or a key. The public API is a code that basically is our key. It lets us in, right? So you're probably asking, Blue, how is this going to improve all of those factors and the game? I got you right here. Okay. So Paladins has a public API, Smite has a public API, and this is what happens when you have one, right? You can build websites like this. People who do this are a lot of times, like this one, I believe, is someone who, wants to build a website or whatever that can pull stats, blah, 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 so they can use it to get a job as kind of like a resume, right? This one, you can see here over 3 billion stats processed, right? 33.59 million players have been logged through here. And there's been 88,630 matches of Paladins played today that have been recorded in this. So basically what this does is it automatically records every single match played across all regions of Paladins every single day, 24/7. Paladins is a game where you can build each character has different cards and stuff if you're unfamiliar, so you can build decks. That's what these are for, the guides and stuff. What we want to look at is we want to look at players, and I'll show you why. So if we click on we need, so you can see this says normal, onslaught. That's a game mode. Normal means casual, onslaught's the game mode. So it can track siege is another game mode. It can track different game modes. Okay. So, for instance, let's look, let's just click on this person. I abuse myself. That's their name. All right. So you can see here what this API is able to pull. It's able to pull what game mode they play the most, playtime by queue, their win-loss percentage in casuals, wins total, losses total, and then the win percentage. Playtime, how long they've been playing the game overall. This person's pretty new. Obviously, it's a Smurf. And then it has the player's stats, okay, across everything. You can put it to game averages as well. So they've got 43 games played, 26-17. They've got a 168 KDA, 381 kills, 337 deaths, right? If we actually, I think we can go to my old account. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. This is my PC account, last seen 6 months ago. Over almost 3,000 games played, right? Of casuals, whatever. Then it also gives you stats by class. So, we have supports, preachers, duelists, and defenders, whatever the roles are called in Rogue Company. We can have individual stats for each one of those on here. Look at this. Playtime for frontline, which is tanks, how many games you've played, credits, which is basically score in this game, credits per minute, KDA, kills, deaths, shielding stat, damage taken. It's available on here because that's available in the public API's ability to pull that stat, objective time, healing, assists, damage done, damage per minute, all of this, right? For everything, man. So my healing on my tanks is not that much, but healing on supports is a lot because of stuff like that. My damage per minute goes down. Using a damage, my damage per minute goes up. Total damage goes up, right? It also tells you your most played characters, what role those characters are, your KDA, your kills, deaths, and assists, your win percentage, and how many games you've played with that character, how much playtime you have on that character for your lifetime. So you can pull all of this using that API, right? You can also put game averages. Boom. There you go. Now, we can also, that's our summary, right? We can build that entire profile summary. Then we can also look, no season 6 data. Well, I don't play the game. We can look at champion stats for all queues. Each champion in the game. So that would be each rogue, right? We can look at our stats with each rogue. Seriously. Put it by most matches played. This character named Victor. Highest win rate, Azan. Most kills, Victor. Most deaths, Victor. Most assists, Genos. Highest KDA, Sati, right? So, like, we can continue to just a plethora of things being built here. Match history. You can actually look at the match history. You get someone in your ranked game, they didn't do so hot, and you want to see what rank they are, boom, you look them up. Tells you how much elo you lose in your casuals. Tells you how much ranked points you lose. Tells you who you were against. Tell you who was on your team. You can then click on them. It tells you the KDA, kills, deaths, and assists, what level their character is, how much gold per minute or how much gold they got in that game, how long the game was, right? So you can look at all these stats. Green means win, red means loss. Another cool thing is you can see their builds on here. Another cool thing is you see how these names are blank? That means that this person has the in this, you can go into your settings in the game and set your profile to private. That's what that means, is that it's private. So we can't click on that person. All right, so look here. We can click on someone's. Let's click on Dope Train. This kid's probably playing the game still, right? Look how much playtime he's got. 2,500 hours. So we can now go to ranked here, and we can look at their rank stats. Oh my goodness, they're in gold 1. We can look at their rank stats. Again, same stuff, but for rank. Here's another cool thing. This is their latest ranked game. 4 days ago, they lost. They were playing support Grover. 0 kills, 3 deaths, 11 assists. Watch this though. We can press view match. Dude, this would be amazing for the ranked demons out there for Rogue Company, right? So basically, you can see the match stats for each player on both teams, what character they played, what level that character is for them, their KD, their kills, deaths, and assists, their credits, which is their score. For us, it would be the money. Credits, I guess. Again, credits per minute. We could do per round, but that's average. You got damage. Damage taken, how much shielding they've done. This actually keeps going too. There's more. I don't know why it's not showing up here. You got these stats. You got this freaking pie chart. Like the dude who built this website really went phenomenal job here, right? Look at that. It's all from one ranked game. And then it also tells you the players. Boom. What rank they are, man. What level their account is. Their win-loss on that champion in ranked. Their win-loss in ranked during this season. And what system they're on. So this person's on PlayStation. I'm going to show you something else. This person's on PC. They're playing on Epic. Do you see how it says solo? This person's solo queuing. See how this says party 2 and this one says party 2? Those two people are queuing together. You can only duo queue max in this game. I think if you're like bronze or something, you can 5 stack. But high ranks, you can only duo queue. So this person and this person are queuing together. Party 1s, they're queuing together. On the other side, you got solo. PS4, PlayStation, Xbox. This person hides their account, right? This person's platinum 4, diamond 3, gold 1, platinum 3, platinum 1, gold 4, diamond 5, platinum 5. Then it gives you the team averages. Platinum 3 for the red team. Average level, account level, average, which is basically RP right there. Yeah. And average elo, which is your matchmaking rating, your MMR, right? So now you can use all of this, right? This only keeps track of public matches. Now, how can this help? How can this improve the competitive scene? Again, super easy. I'll show you. Bam. This is what I built for Paladins when I covered it as an analyst and a caster. Now, what this does is this will pull all of the drafts. We have drafts now, right? Look at this. Flashpoint versus Aerial Arise. I had extra. Here's the actual YouTube link to the match. And then the offline matches. These were the online matches. These go to my YouTube channel. Or my other YouTube channel. Look at this. The winner was Flashpoint. The score was 3-0, so they 3-0'd Aerial Arise. Team 1, which is Flashpoint, they banned this map. Then Bright Marsh was banned by Aerial. Then Warder's Gate was banned by Flashpoint. And then Stone Keep was banned by Aerial Rise. All right, so game 1, Flashpoint is the team 1 in this position. So they get to pick first map. They go to Serpent Beach. And they also get first pick. Then the bans. Look at this. The score was 4-1. All of these stats are being pulled using that API. So this was the players are filled in as well. Who played what? These are different colors because that's how their draft goes. So the way their draft works is Vivian gets banned, Talos gets banned, Durgos gets banned, Genos gets banned. Now they have 3 bans in the game, so they ban halfway through the draft another character, but don't worry about that. But so they get first pick, so they only get to pick one character, and it'll be Victor. Now they also get to trade as well. So they can first pick Victor even if this dude's going to play Victor, for example. They can trade after the drafts are done. All right, so this is a single pick. That's why it's this dark blue, and then these two are light blue. So then they'll pick 2, they'll pick 2, they'll pick 2, they'll pick 2, and then they'll pick 1, and then draft over, right? So that's how it would improve competitive from a storyline, stats, analytical, casters. Like, just it would also help teams. They could go back and look and say, what was the draft? Here's how it happened. If they don't end up recording it or they're not streaming it, whatever it may be, plethora of options. Here's the real deal. This is what we can do. We can pull real-time stats from the games. So this was a game, week 1, July 27, 2019, right? This team was Dreams, Ari, Emmerfish, Styles, and Pear Doggo, his name was. And this is game 1 on Frog Isle. It was a 4-1. It's green because they won. So Dreams is usually the support. So this is their kills per player, their deaths per player in that game, their assists, and then the total is the entire team combined, right? So kills, deaths, assists. You've got damage here from each character, each player, how much damage each player did, and their team combined, how much damage was taken by each player. So obviously you see Styles on Terminus, which is a tank, and then Atlas is an off tank, so an offensive tank. But Terminus is the dude taking most of the damage. So you can see he took 89,854 damage. He took the most damage, right? And he dished out second to least. I mean, the support dished out less. So you have your damage taken. You've got your healing, which of course was the Genos, Dreams. You've got your shielding. This tank doesn't have a traditional shield. So the Vivian took a shield. Both their tanks don't have traditional shields, and their Vivian has a ability where she can put a shield on her gun. So that's where the shielding coming from. And then your objective, we wouldn't have that. We would have plant diffuses and bomb plant diffuses, bomb diffuses and bomb plants. And then we would have this number for King of the Hill. So, for instance, this person would have stood on the hill and gotten 132 points by standing on the hill for 132 points worth of that. So, you get what I'm saying. What champion they played, their KDA, and then the team's kill, death, and assist. And then it would every game, each week. And then what that would do is that's all being pulled out of the API. I would have that being pulled. Then I would have that pulled into this where it's their weekly stats combined, and then we would be able to get their season totals and then their season averages. And then what we would do is we would pull that into this where this is just their season totals and then the team's season totals. And then that would break down into their season averages as well. And I had this for every single team in the league. This is before crossplay was a thing. So I had every the PS4 NA PS4 EU, Xbox NA, and Xbox EU, and they're all here, man. So that's just how each way we can improve the game dramatically. And it would be for the people who want to grind. It would be for the people who love looking at stats of themselves on a game. It would be for the people trying to grind ranked, to grind the leaderboards, because we can build leaderboards on there. It would also be great for competitive as well, and for stat geeks like me. So I mean, we need a public API. Quick short story. There wasn't one when the game came out, and then I kept asking, and they said, "Hey, we can give you like a work in progress API for the LAN event." So they like kind of use their own, basically, with a little bit of tweaks to only pull stuff for the LAN event back in January, the Invitational. But CMG was in charge of stat tracking, and they just ended up taking screenshots of the scoreboards at the end of the game. Right now, spectators aren't able to see the post-game scoreboard of custom matches. That's a huge problem as well, because then you could just, screenshot as the observers. They were able to do it the last LAN because, again, they didn't use spectator client. They just screen capped every single player's screen. But yeah, that's what I think the game needs, man. I don't think we need leaderboards in the game because that might cause bugs. That could be problems. I think we need a public API, because then we can build these websites and we can do all of those wonderful things. I mean, just look at that website, and that's just Paladins. Like, there's Halo tracking websites, there's Fortnite stat tracking websites, League, Valorant. Like, the list is insane. So I think that's what we need. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We need 1,000 subs. We need 1,000, baby. All right. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh, hello there. It's Blue. I'm a terrible dancer, so ignore that version of me on the screen and listen to my voice when I say thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and of course, click on another video of mine. I heard you'll like those over there. They're pretty good.